Hey, what's up everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. I might have made this video a little too late. I was thinking about making this video last night, but I had no energy to get up off the couch after watching the movie Cars. I just wanted to go to bed. But the whole thing that blew up between CM Punk and Kurt Angle last night. I think I've gone off on Kurt Angle 3 or 4 times on his use of his Twitter account. His most biggest crime is going after WrestleMania 27. I remember reading the tweets on the way home from Atlanta in the parking lot. Just him, verbally bashing Jack Swagger for using the ankle lock after he'd been using the ankle lock for well over a year. And him going after Randy Orton for using the Olympic Slam. Or I guess you can say the Angle Slam. I think that was the first time he actually used it, was in his match against CM Punk. But that was a pretty big deal, but he's gone off on other tangents here and there. But last night he actually went after CM Punk. CM Punk at a question and answer session was giving his opinion on TNA, and he called TNA the minor leagues. I am officially 100% behind what CM Punk says. TNA does put out a good product, but the easiest thing to point your finger at is that I've said many, many times that I believe Kurt Angle loves being in TNA for the schedule and for them letting him do what he wants to do and his fake little, attempt at trying to join the Olympic wrestling team by not even going to the trials, and then saying that he was injured, even though he worked the pay-per-view before and he worked the pay-per-view after. Didn't miss any TV and wrestled on TV. He was injured, but they let him do pretty much what he wants to do, and they book him as their number one guy, and he's never really pushed into any feuds that are out of the number one, number two slot for any pay-per-view. He's always their marquee guy. But I mean, when you're wrestling your biggest pay-per-view of the year, and almost every pay-per-view of the year at the damn Impact Zone in Orlando. I almost forgot what it was called, the Universal Studios. That's not the major leagues. That's minor leagues. You're drawing crowds that are indie scene. At best, it's just WWE goes to marquee arenas for their pay-per-views, for Monday Night Raws, for WrestleManias. They pack crowds close to 70,000 people, and you're wrestling at the Impact Zone, where you're not even allowed to sell tickets. You're just hoping that fans come in, and people that are on vacation will want to stop off. The way it works is that they start pushing people into the Impact Zone as people are leaving Universal Studios. Like, you can go home, but if you want to stay here, you can go see live wrestling. And the people who don't want to go home, go see the live show. They would go see a live show, whether if it was a game show hosted by Howie Mandel or anything. TNA has had bright things in their future, but until they get out of that Impact Zone and go out on the road where they're wrestling their TVs or normal arenas, they're doing more and more house shows, until their pay-per-views are actually at marquee arenas as well, and they're on the road more than calling Orlando home, they will always be the good old minor leagues. Kurt Angle's a great wrestler. I'm not putting him down. I'm just thinking that his Twitter feed is more like Kevin Nash's Twitter feed, where he knows he's in, the lesser known place, but he knows that if he gets in the dirt sheets, people are going to remember his name and people are going to want to see his matches. Kevin Nash does the same thing. Kevin Nash, once a month at least, says something stupid, to knowing that it's going to get in the dirt sheets, going to give him some publicity, and that's going to turn into him getting some good old, indie shows and some, and maybe even winding up on a WWE pay-per-view or in some sort of program as well. Kevin Nash still believes on Twitter that he's 25 and that he can do anything that he was. He still thinks he's good old Diesel and he can walk in any show and win the title at any time. But I believe that Punk is right in this one. TNA minor leagues. Anybody out there who thinks opposite? I'm not dissing the product or anything they put on week in, week out. More likely than less, the last little while, the TV show has been really, really good. But nowhere near the level of WWE with, pyrotechnics and other things going on. And, you go to the George Dome. Go down to wherever that place was that they had WrestleMania. See how many fans you can draw for that for TNA. You're not going to fill up the bottom bowl. No way in hell. I mean, they wrestled at at Sacramento at some little. They didn't even go to Arco Arena. They went to the place downtown, whatever the hell that's called, and drew 1,000 people. More than likely gave away 200 free tickets. That's just the way it is.